the next part of this inaugural session, I shall call upon Mr. Debashis Sen, Chairman HIDCO, to address the audience. Shri Debashis Sen is the Principal Secretary in Urban Development Department of the Government of West Bengal. He is also the Chairman of HIDCO, which is a government company that is developing New Town, Kolkata. Shri Sen joined the IAS in 1985. He graduated from Presidency College, Kolkata and got his post-MSc diploma from Saha Institute of Nuclear Physics. He got his diploma in Public Administration from ENA, France. Shri Sen has served in various capacities including District Magistrate for more than 5 years and Chief Electoral Officer for 5 years. Shri Debashis Sen.
Thank you. Dignitaries on the dais and everybody. Yesterday at Delhi, the Government of India announced 98 smart cities. And I was asked by many, including my friends from the media, that didn't we hear about 6 cities? What is 4 cities? Which are these 4 cities? What are the 6 cities? And wasn't there a talk of 16 cities sometimes? So first and foremost, since only yesterday the smart cities were declared by the Government of India, New Town, Kolkata at Rajarhat, Bidhannagar, that is Salt Lake, Haldia and Durgapur, these 4 cities have been declared to be potential smart cities. So in the smart city race, we have to make absolute islands of greatness in all these 100 cities. 98 plus 2 from J&K will soon be added to there too. So 100 cities, as the Prime Minister had mentioned, would stand out from among the 4,000 odd cities in the country of India. So these 100 cities of island must be what we are looking at are great areas where there would be at par at the best in the world. So the process has started. The next step for all these 4 cities, if I talk of Bengal, would be to make a smart city plan, and there would be professional consultants who would be engaged, and there would be also a space for what we call now hand-holding agencies. Now this concept of hand-holding agencies is pretty new and very good, and I see a very great example today out here. I'll explain that in a while. Hand-holding consultants are after all selected through a transparent bidding process, because there has to be a payment of money for the professional services rendered, and there has already been a pre-qualification by the Government of India. There have been shortlisted, and now for these 4 cities of Bengal, we are merely calling from among the empaneled consultants the financial bid, and whoever gives the greatest advantage to the government will be selected, one each for the cities, for making the smart city plan. But there is also a space for hand-holding agencies, which essentially means that organizations such as the World Bank, DFID, KFW, and may I say Chambers of Commerce, Data Science Foundation and all others, the government welcomes them. Please come forward and help us. There may not be necessarily exchange of money, because dealing with public money requires a lot of issues and procedures. So just tell us, how do you want the smart cities to go? We are also talking to overseas people. We are also talking to City of London, and many other people are also coming forward. The point that I was making is that this hand-holding agency, I find the Bengal Chamber of Commerce, the KPMG, the Data Science Foundation and all others to fit in this capacity, in this category of why don't you come and help us and give us your ideas, which may not necessarily be based on exchange of money. We want to build future cities with a theme. These smart cities have, and smart cities, as the Government of India has finally clarified, and I like this clarification very much, nothing very complicated. It says that if a smart city is a city which uses technology to improve the quality of life of the citizens. So if there is a a road like sometime in the monsoons in Calcutta, it's very potholed and a PWD roller comes in and it repairs it. It's good. It improves the quality of life because the road is now smoother. But there is no technology involved over there. So if a technology comes in and that improves the life of the common man, then we call it's one step smarter. So we are now going to make smart city plans which uses technology, and technology is not necessarily information technology, it can be other technology. For example, in solid waste management in some parts of the world, we find that there are no vats but underground network of pipes, and through a system of compressed air, your garbage from the morning waste paper basket is taken away and sucked out just as liquid waste when you pull in your toilet that goes away. So it's a wonderful ways of doing things. Use technology to improve the lot of the common person. So if that is a smart, let me finish this smart city thing, because again in this room I find a lot of young talent and experienced talent. If you think there is something that we need to know, if you have a bright idea, do let us know. And on an organized manner, if there is a scope for hand-holding conferences, we will be very happy to participate. But then let's come to the other thing which many people are slightly confused about, is this 4 smart cities is in the Government of India framework within the 100 smart cities program of the government of the day at the center. But the state government has come out with a township policy, and one version of this township policy is to have theme townships. Mr. Dasgupta has explained at length about the Kalyani Analytic Township that we are trying to develop, but I must say that this is part of a framework of policy that says and recognizes that gone are the days of multi-purpose habitats. Salt Lake, Durgapur and Kalyani were all planned townships post-partition, where there was a lot of population pressure on Bengal after East Pakistan was born. And those were the days where you just had to accommodate people. Housing was the main thing. But as we progress, we find that focused townships with an economic focus is what grows the township very fast. Salt Lake is now 53 years old. We can't wait 53 years for new town to succeed. We can't wait 53 years more for other new cities to emerge. So for that we want to give them a face, an economic focus, a theme. So we have decided on certain themes. For example, of the 6 cities that we are now developing, Kalyani and Analytic Hub is one. And one other example only I'll give, for example, is in Baruipur, which is also very close to Calcutta. Calcutta, Goria, Baruipur, these are almost adjacent places. And there we are trying to think and develop a wellness city, a geriatric city. A city for the aged, as we know about our demographic, and we have assisted living, independent living, hospice living, and there's a huge market that's coming up, and people need to be together and specialized services. So like that in Siliguri we are trying for education and health, and like that it goes on. And in Kalyani we have identified, with the help of inputs from KPMG and BCCI, that we will do a specialized form of IT. IT we already have at Sector 5 and in Rajarat, but let's have a very, very refined form of IT which is state of the art, and that's what this Data Science Foundation, I'm sure, is going to deliberate throughout the day. So we have kept a space, a clean white piece of paper right in the middle. And as it was pointed out by Mr. Dasgupta, these days, if it is a good idea, funding is not a great issue. But what to do there? How would you make this happen? This is what I would like to pose and deliberate and get a feedback later in the day. We from the Urban Development Department design townships, that's our forte. We have our act, we have our township policy, we have the guidelines for township, so we don't need any input on that. How do you want to change that so that it really becomes very interesting? please understand that what we have said in our township policy, for all the 6 theme townships that we are propounding, only 25% need to be focused on the theme that we are talking about. 1,500 rupees a month, and you just can't recover your costs. And how long? And the government can subsidize because it has access to taxing people, but how much can the normal tax budget support this? So therefore, to make the township economically, financially viable, we have fallen upon a very time-tested model that was once a national example of cross-subsidizing in the field of township and housing development. It is in Kolkata and nowhere else in India that we had that if a joint venture company comes in and has HIG, that's higher income group, MIG, that's middle income group, and LIG, that is a lower income group, the lower income group has to be subsidized by extra income from the higher income group, and the middle income group at a no profit, no loss. So that's how we provide space for people who can afford, and that's how we support people who cannot afford. BCCI is talking to the Bank of Doha, for example, will not let his money drain away. He will have to recover this money, and it can be recovered provided we do that kind of cross subsidy. The system of Bengal joint venture, where the higher income group cross subsidize the lower income group, where here in the analytic township of Kalyani, the great habitations, very good habitations near about, will make this analytic hub free. So this, you have this area of 10 to 12 acres, and there is a provision of giving higher FARs. That means you can make taller buildings, skyscrapers. Who's stopping you from making a 100-story building here? So 10 acres is a huge amount of space. What would you like to do there? Consider it given to you. Don't worry about money. How would you like to build it? And that is where we would need inputs, not about the rest of it. There are very seasoned town planners and very seasoned real estate investors who can make the best of it. But the government has made a framework that if you want to do that real estate, you must make 25% for the analytics. And what do you want him to do? That is what is important. We are not very clear in our minds. What should be the design? What would help? Do we need a, yesterday Mr. Agarwal was showing that in the office you have a cane swing where you can play table tennis, where you can jog. What do you want? Do you want a Google campus there? How do you build it? Give us some ideas. We'll get it done. Don't worry about money. That 75% will cross-subsidize is 25%. Don't worry about money. What do you want? How do we get talent over there? This is the moot question. Why will people leave Pune, Bangalore, Hyderabad, I'm not talking of Silicon Valley, to come and stay here? And stay in an environment which is great. So please tell us that, rest we will do. And I end with this very pertinent point that this Harvard economist, Mr. Edward Wasser, wrote a book once. It says, it is called The Triumph of the City. The Triumph of the City, and he says, the mankind's greatest invention is creation of a city. Nowhere in the animal world will you find people collaborating, networking, and getting great ideas. So this networking, coming together, is what really pulls civilizations upwards. So we want to make that. Help us make it. Give us good ideas. We seek nothing more of you. Thank you very much.